Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Energy Table. We're here with Madame Orange and myself, Leeroy Zozo.
Greetings.
Season 3 of the Energy Table. And
No, it's quite hard
just
to
say the truth.
But again, this is a lot. Yeah.
Just say the truth.
You know what? You tell them.
But I'm telling them.
Tell them. You ask me like you don't know.
But
But it's like I feel like I can only come from the brain that I have with the experience that I know. You come with yours, so it's like we will complement in what we can expand, because there's so many types of people that will watch this. There's like so many varieties, so many different stages, so different genders. So it's important that we both bring that in, because we're confident for a reason. We have that attribute for a reason. Everything is not to just be in vain. Like, it's supposed to stimulate another and bless you. You know?
Think about what stimulates you, what makes you, what gets your heart beating, and what direction you want to go in. And from there, you cultivate that. And like Orange was saying, you put yourself into that situation, whether it be crowds, if you'd want to know social skills or how to handle yourself around crowds, there's that. If you want to know people slightly deeper and understand them and their world, and it's a beautiful, different way of seeing the world. Seeing the world through someone else's perspective is another way of seeing it. Then there's that way too.
Absolutely. Also, what came to my mind is volunteering.
Too.
It always gives you a good excuse having to speak to people.
Volunteering in what?
People would love someone helping out, volunteering, and it gives you the rights to having to approach people. And there is ways to expose yourself outside, but you're going to have to leave your house.
Yes,
that is the one, because a lot of people don't want to do that, especially when they feel peak of.
Madame.
He's a funny guy. You know what? One moment, before you say what you're saying, I think you should have your show yourself.
Well, that's
He
coming.
sounds good here now.
Hold on.
Yes.
We're living in an era from 2026 is people online trying to attract and doing everything and anything for likes, views, and so forth, right? But I think what we should really accentuate is of what you said is you can go out and it's okay not to be liked, or it's okay not to be seen or have the attention on you. You can be in a space and not have to be the center of the space, or people see you. If they see you, it's for what you present yourself, but they don't know you, so they'll come and talk to you. But what I would like to essentially go on is, if you do things for likes, if you do things for attention, you're going to attract something where you're going to attract attention where people will only like when you give something that they want. And so that creates finite connections, right? So if you are able to separate that and just go to someone in a way, I have nothing to offer, but I just want to talk, it can be the start point of a seed that you grow, and that can grow into something beautiful. What do you think?
100%.
Yeah.
And usually within the alignment in it, if you're doing something, showing up for yourself, I feel like your creator will compliment you, and he'll probably match you with somebody who was dying to talk to someone.
Voila.
And that will then also convince you, oh, that was the right thing to do.
How many times do you just sit there and you're on your phone, or so you're on the street, and you're like, oh, I'd like to talk to someone to talk to me. No. Well, probably not you, gosh.
No, the thing is, like, the moment I have the thought, I'm already opening my mouth.
But oui, but that comes with courage and also
It's just the way I relate to my thoughts. You know, it's like
the muscle you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like it's because the thought will go, the need will go, and then I don't want to go back and say I didn't do what I've wanted to do.
Regrets, you don't want to live with that.
It's not a regret, but why not show up? Like it's like I really trust my moments to be exactly what they need to be. if that's the thought I have, let me see why I have it. Like this, and I expect there needs to, like, I need to speak apparently, even if I'm not in the mood. But if like that thought comes up all of a sudden and I wasn't in the mood, and it's because I'm supposed to, and I feel like I'm in service to the Creator by showing up for myself. That's how I am in service. Learning how to do that, showing up for the woman, the mother, the sister, just who I am. The more I can do it, the more in service I am. To somehow make sense in my life. I don't know. Yeah. Nothing else to say. That's just is because even if I open my mouth to speak to somebody else, there's always something that is for me and something that's for them that then helps the next moment of revelation. Something. And just because it's like that's how I'm aligned with myself, following my the little quirky things that is me.
Because the base is safe and the base is sacred. It comes from a good place.
You make it safe. You hold it. You make it safe. You program it. You learn how to start and stop. Like it's all about you. It's just we're not necessarily taught to switch off the noise, to learn how to make it about ourselves. Because again, of how society is working. But it's a movement. I feel like creative people are always the ones to exactly know that frequency of self-acknowledgement, self-expression, self-recognition. It's a journey everyone's going through, but I feel like the musician and visual creatives are the most direct with what they're saying.
Okay.
Everything else can be taken in a very personalized way, but it's like if you see a painting, unless it's abstract, it speaks a clear message. It's just everyone feels a certain way, but it's a clear message. Words, clear message. Music, clear message. But everyone will have a way to relate to it. But it's like the message is showing up for yourself, making room for yourself, holding your own space, making your journey a real thing.
And sharing it.
Yeah.
Orange.
Leeroy.
Ah!
Leeroy. Yes, this is lovely.
Orange. There's something we spoke about earlier today. But before we go into it, Monsieur, how much time do we have?
I don't know, maybe 20 minutes.
20? Wow, ok.
Spirit's not playing today.
Bon,
Yes.
Orange. Today, before going to this podcast, so not live, you spoke to me about something that I thought was really interesting and that was so passionate inside of you. And I feel like we need to shine light on it. It's to do with shadow bonding, right? Why do people bond through negative aspects or saying something negative so that the other person can bond through it? Why not bond in
the light? We do. We do bond in the light. It's just, and it depends on the muscle that you've practiced yourself. It really exposes people when it comes to how much work they do on themselves, how much they know about themselves. Because we're a species that speaks. We will share what we see. What you see should not offend me. But it's like it has. Can you ask me like a direct question? Because it's like it's such a broad topic. I feel like people bond for various reasons. They bond to feel home. They bond to feel belonging. They bond because they learn to bond for different reasons,
Mm.
right? Now, I always meet people in my light, always connect with them first in the light.
Mm.
You know, if they're off light, if they are in their light season, I always connect with them in their light. But I'm full spectrum, and I don't shy away from being authentic in my full spectrum. So I'll take you through different emotional fields.
Mm.
If I'm on it, like if you're in my circle, you will navigate different emotional fields of me, because that's who I am. I will not just interact in one spectrum. That's not genuine. That's not usually how things work with me, because I want the real me to connect with the real you. I don't like surface like that. So when that happens, I feel as you journey, opinions are shared, experience are shared. It's like two people being very okay, like a metaphor, like an example. Two people being very cool with each other until children come into play, and then you'll see culture pop up. You'll see fantasies, childhood dreams pop up. You didn't even know it's there. So when you are meeting in the light, there's parts of you and parts of me that we might have forgotten about. We might try and hide it even. We might have worked really hard to cover it up, and we think it's working. You know, there's not intentionally wanting to hurt you, but you might shed light to something that I've forgotten about. And I should welcome that you make me see me, and I will feel if it's true. Does that make sense? So if you bring up my shadow, I'll personally appreciate it, because I know what the shadow is about. I understand it's not a place to reside or invest into, to stay. Like you navigate shadow, you learn from the shadow, you embrace the shadow, you reconnect with the shadow to allow it to become something. It's not a comfortable place for a reason. You know, it's not, life is not supposed to be uncomfortable as well. You know, so when I bring up a shadow in someone else, it's really about someone getting to know and connecting with themselves more, I feel like. And if they will do that by connecting with other shadow-minded or shadow attributes that are relatable to them, to feel like now it's more valuable to be. When I say shadow, it's like anger. It's just the mannerism, the jealousy, to see things that are not that are of authenticity, but for a history more than of fundamental essence. You know, it's like it's an attribute of a story more than it is your foundation. But it's to do with your foundation. So it's supposed to reconnect you with. It's like weeding out in your garden. You have to do that to you know, have the flourished ground, instead of just judging the weeds and walking around every day and making it feel bad because it's there, but it's got a job. It's doing something, you know. So it's when you have a society of people that just judge the weeds, you know, and they don't want to start picking the weeds because it's work. It's going to make you feel strain. It's going to make you feel maybe even ache in your hands because you've not been doing it. It's like it's going to change something, but you're going to end up with a nice result, with something that you're not going to have to deal with certain things for a longevity of time. And you're the one to benefit personally from it. But it's society teaches you to leave the weeds and judge them, you know, and it's an attribute of human species where I feel like this is the journey we're going in humanity, to understand that your emotions are not the problem. The trigger is not the problem. It's how you relate to triggers. The journey is not the problem. It's supposed to be paradise. It's supposed to be heaven. You know, you're supposed to live in that heavenly frequency on earth as you experience it, not play a game to go there, to get there. You know, it's like it's not. It's I don't know if I'm off the question.
Just a tad, but
But shadow banning, I feel it's just like a survival instinct. It's become a
survival
survival instinct.
But don't you think it's okay? So just to recap what shadow bonding is, because today is the first time I heard that.
I think I made it up.
You made it up
I
today.
think if not, please somebody let me know.
So
But it's just bonding in your shadows.
so from what I understood is bonding through negative aspects of life. So for instance, what would be an example?
For example, as a mother, yeah, I come from learning the hard way, learning sometimes from the wrong ways, sometimes seeing the right way and not valuing it. And so I have my shadows in my parenting journey. Yeah, that have to do with me sometimes having to feel heard, me having to. There's shadows in my mannerisms towards my children that I would be aware of. And I could, if I wanted to hide my shadows, I would pair up with like-minded mothers to create an understanding that my children would basically be outnumbered and have not much say, even though I understand it's my shadow. It's something that once I sit with it, it comes from a place. It's coming from trauma. It's not coming from a place of love. So if I want to go towards love, if I want to use the shadow to navigate and understand it, I will not feel triggered by mothers who may do things that I'm still learning to do, to be able to expose myself and learn from, and not see the trigger in somebody else knowing to do something that I don't know. It's like I don't go and shadow bond. I want to navigate my shadow so I can expose it and then transmute it into something that is beneficial for everyone involved. Does that make sense?
So
I mature in it. It's like it becomes something else.
becomes
With
something
time
else.
and honesty. Also need to tell my children about my shadow. I need to tell myself about my shadow. I need to tell this other mom. So when something happens, she can maybe check me and be like, maybe. And if I am confident with myself, I'll be open for advice from the right person because it feels genuine, because this is a genuine journey, because it's for our children. Does that make sense?
So it's like bonding to, so as a mother bonding towards other mothers about the bad things that your
Shadow bonding, remember?
about your children do, or that
Because
you do.
obviously they'll be the ones feeling my shadow in my parenting.
Okay,
It's a
yes.
shadow, parenting shadow.
And so you share that with the other mothers.
So when I'm facing something where my shadow's coming up, in
like,
order to not change it, I could go and find like-minded ones.
but don't you think that brings it up to light? So you're, instead of keeping it to yourself, you're enabling it
No,
to
I'm not
have a
saying
space.
to keep it by myself. I'm going to allow the unfolding of it, the moms that I call in. And not all of the moms going to be like me. I'm not going to say bye to all the moms that are not like me so I can feel right in my shadow.
So you can feel right. But doesn't it create a space where you can, everybody agrees or about something that's not necessarily good, but then also able to put it into the light and work on it as a community.
What I was saying, I think the difference is what I was saying is the moms that, you meet new people and you weed out the people, right? Everyone says yes and no to specific things. And a lot of people say yes to the ones they can do shadow bonding with.
Okay, from that aspect.
It's a choice from the get-go, because there will be mothers that you'll be exposed to. They will trigger you. Will I go and create a safety net so when these women come that are supposed to help me out of this stagnancy and this blind spot, am I going to come for them with the ones that I equip myself with so we can be normal? Does that make sense? Or am I going to welcome what the unfolding brings me? And I will go with the essence. Do I like this person? Now, how does this person do what they do? I'm going with, do I like this person? Do I feel safe around this person? And then I'm going to see, how do they do their parenting? And wherever we are at, we just got to be real with who we are and how we do it. If it works together, great. If not, I'm still not going to degrade the fact that I could learn one or two things from you.
Okay.
Because you're in my space. And there is a reason two people always come together.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot of people around me that are not necessarily like me, but we're complementing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't find comfort in similarity. I find that weird. Like, how can we be the same? It's not possible. I actually rather not us be same. So I can look at you as something and you say something that I expected is gonna give me like a, I didn't think about that. Couldn't think about that because I'm not like you to think about that. And I can say things that you wouldn't have thought about. And that is what makes it a interesting conversation. I want to hear what you got to say because I respect your brain. Does that make sense? And then
So it makes you feel alive, innit?
instead of just having someone that says me too, me too, me too, I find that very weird and uncomfortable. Like, we cannot always say me too.
You gotta prod those people.
But it's the shadow bonding that makes people be comfortable in the me too zone. That is, it's an interesting place.
What happens if you've bonded with someone in a shadow bonded, but at one point you bond on some light, on some good stuff?
So you mean I shadow bond?
So you've shadow bonded, but then so the relationship is on
I
that.
don't think I shadow bond.
No, not you specifically, but say someone has
I don't know what people like.
how it operates, how it goes.
We have to then speak to someone who does that.
does it.
Because I'm always the one that's like, I'm confused. And then I need to remove myself.
But you said this is something that you've seen is accumulated.
It happens a lot because I feel like it's a lot of time I've stood in front of a group of people that felt the need to grow bigger in order to make me hear them. And it's like, it wasn't working.
Say that again.
Like, I found myself a lot of times standing on the other side of a group of people that was adding in numbers, intending to convince me. It's just that nature of action is so natural in humans, apparently, but it's so unnatural to me. It's like the last thing that would make me see or want to respect. Like, it's the last thing that would make me attach respect to another. If you can't use the own weight of your own mind and your own words, and you need a group to defend your case in front of just me, how true can that be?
That's just how powerful Madame Orange is.
No, but I grew up with my family. We're four of them standing together for the longest and really trying. And it's like, I don't know when you're going to learn that this is not how I will understand. Like, it's not making sense to me. One person has to be able to speak to me and I will sit with you through it. But for people, it can't be that real. Like, otherwise you wouldn't be that desperate, all of you guys. And then had bigger groups of people. And it's still something that is taught to people that it would work. It's something, it's like there's still a shadow response. Not even shadow, I don't want to use the word right now anymore. But it's like, to every projection, there is this receiving end in nature, ready to complement. And if you're not of both frequencies, that spectrum, it's like, it'll just be a confusing space. It'll just be confused. Because if you know, if I'm a victim from my life, I know predator. I will know what it is because I've been a victim. If I've never been a victim and I see somebody who's an attacker, I would not know what's going on because I've never been in this position. I'm like naive. Does that make sense? So if you are of certain frequency, you always have the complement. There's a complementary to it. And it's both coming from shadow. You know, you have to like unlearn, like navigate through it to make it become something else. So it's not a like it's not something you fit, you complement by nature in your frequency. It's just something you might bring up, but then it's because we're a species that comes together. We'll always come to have an experience. It's how do you navigate it makes a difference. I can have somebody argue with me, and it's not an argument to me. It's not an argument. It's you arguing with me. Do you know what I mean? And it's not because I've never argued. It's just like, this is not, I don't want to argue with you. This is not a reason for me to argue. You know, and there can be so many different meanings as to why, but the person first has to meet me there to discover why. Because otherwise, I'm just listening to you shouting. And it's okay if that is what people feel like is dominance, success. But it lives in their heads and they continue on and it manifests in their bodies. They become sick. It's not a genuine form of progress or achievement of any kind. You know, it's just the misinformation that has been passed on and people are still gatekeeping truth through shadow bonding. And I feel like media is like very good at trying to put more fuel in the fire so it can stay alive for as long as it can. The movement, the trends, no, everyone go back to Black Lives Matter. Now not. Now again. It's like they're giving people trauma and then they fuel it. So it's like coming from a stress place, you know? So yeah, anyway, we're going. I'll be talking forever, Leeroy. You know me.
No, but that's why we're here. That's why we're
Hi.
here. But I think you gave us a pretty good understanding of what it is, and you brought it to light. In your experiences in being around people that have shadow bonded and or trying to do it to you, for people that are in the same position as you, what would you to
Recommend.
tie this whole podcast together? How would you? What words would you give them?
That's a nice one. You should really have a show. What would I say? I would say, don't give up. Don't give up. I feel like it's like a conversation you have as a parent to another parent who goes through a difficult time with their child. Don't give up. We need people like myself and like yourself and like yourself. We need the balance to what is where we come from. There's a direction we're going. There's a movement that is moving and is initiated by individuals, by just one person in a group of people will stimulate and create change. And we need that to continue happening. It's happened around me for me to be stimulated and awaken and be with myself. And I'm passing on that touch to whoever comes in contact with me, and respect that there is responsibility coming as a fellow human. We're not as segregated as they make us to be. Someone else's hurt is not really untouched by another's feeling. Like we are very much connected. We're very much in this together. We very much all want the same. And however someone might look like, they're not in the team, they will need you even more, because they will be reminded of there is a world that they may be starving, but it's a world that's changing, that's becoming, and that deserves to see the light of the day free of all the bullshit, free of all the pain, free of all the worries, free of all the deceit. It's just deceit, you know? Once everyone is exploring, discovering themselves, and learning how beautiful the self is, as I'm sure you would have made that journey with yourself, there is no way around lifting the frequency of the soil and outnumbering everything else to the point that I don't know, it's just, you know, we can't give up on ourselves, on each other. We can't do it. People have lived, worked hard, fought a lot to have us exist today. From every culture, from every demographic, there's so many souls that have bled and cried and worked so hard every day to have us exist. So who are we to stop that investment? That's what I actually don't even want to be soft spoken, because it's not about being soft. It's about being assertive and not confusing. You know, we have to be clear with who we are, so we're clear in the direction that we're going, and we can spread clarity, reassurance, and love.
And with that, love, life, peace, and powers. What's your socials, Orange?
At the moment, I might change it. I always evolve, but it's orange __ supernova. C'est moi. What about your socials?
Me, man. So I have an art page. It's Leeroy _Zozo, LEEROY _ZOZO. Just shows you a little bit of what I do. I hope we were able to have a dive into who Orange is, you know, understand you. But what I really wanted to see this podcast or this conversation that we had is how you see the world. What does the world look like through your lens? And I think you gave us a little snippet of that.
I hope I wasn't too harsh, because it's just been the Sagittarius blue full moon.
Oh yeah, you might as well say the date.
Heavy.
What's the date today? Today is the 2nd of June, 2026. A lot of it's been some good sunny spells and all that a few days, and today is like one of the first days where it's thunder, rain, there's a new moon and so forth. Everybody feeling it. Madame Orange feeling it, calling me, hey, last minute, I don't know if I need to do this podcast, You know, we all going, we all feeling something, you know.
Yeah, but when we met, the sun was shining.
Yes.
And that's what matters.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, thank you for tuning in.
Hey.
It was an honor to have you hold my space.
Hey.
I felt very emotional even approaching here, because I was like, wow, I don't think I've been there.
Mm.
And I'm a space holder. Like, it's what I do almost professionally at this point. Thank you.
Hey, no worries.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I think you should close the space as well.
I should close the space.
Give him your charm.
And with that, guys, bada boom, bada bim.
Wow.